1 Kings chapter 22. They enjoyed 3 years of peace, no fighting between Aram and Israel. In the 3rd year, Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, had a meeting with the king of Israel. Israel's king remarked to his aides, "Do you realize that Ramoth Gilead belongs to us, and we're sitting around on our hands instead of taking it back from the king of Aram?" He turned to Jehoshaphat and said, "Will you join me in fighting for Ramoth Gilead?" Jehoshaphat said, "You bet. I'm with you all the way. My troops are your troops. My horses are your horses." He then continued, "But before you do anything, ask God for guidance." The king of Israel got the prophets together, all 400 of them, and put the question to them, "Should I attack Ramoth Gilead, or should I hold back?" "Go for it," they said. "God will hand it over to the king." But Jehoshaphat dragged his heels. "Is there still another prophet around here we can consult?" The king of Israel told Jehoshaphat, "As a matter of fact, there is still one such man, but I hate him. He never preaches anything good to me, only doom, doom, doom. Micaiah, son of Imlah." "The king shouldn't talk about a prophet like that," said Jehoshaphat. So the king of Israel ordered one of his men, "On the double, get Micaiah, son of Imlah." Meanwhile, the king of Israel and Jehoshaphat were seated on their thrones, dressed in their royal robes, resplendent in front of the Samarian city gates. All the prophets were staging a prophecy performance for their benefit. Zedekiah, son of Kenaanah, had even made a set of iron horns and brandished them, called out God's word. "With these horns you'll go Aram until there's nothing left of him." All the prophets chimed in, "Yes, go for Ramoth Gilead, an easy victory, God's gift to the king." The messenger who went to get Micaiah said, "The prophets have all said yes to the king. Make it unanimous. Vote yes." But Micaiah said, "As surely as God lives, what God says, I'll say." With Micaiah before him, the king asked him, "So, Micaiah, do we attack Ramoth Gilead, or do we hold back?" "Go ahead," he said, "an easy victory, God's gift to the king." "Not so fast," said the king. "How many times have I made you promise under oath to tell me the truth and nothing but the truth?" "All right," said Micaiah, "since you insist." "I saw all of Israel scattered over the hills, sheep with no shepherd. Then God spoke, 'These poor people have no one to tell them what to do. Let them go home and do the best they can for themselves.'" Then the king of Israel turned to Jehoshaphat. "See, what did I tell you? He never has a good word for me from God, only doom." Micaiah kept on, "I'm not done yet. Listen to God's word. I saw God enthroned, and all the angel armies of heaven standing at attention, ranged on the right and his left. And God said, 'How can we seduce Ahab into attacking Ramoth Gilead?' Some said this and some said that. Then a bold angel stepped out, stood before God and said, 'I'll seduce him.' 'And how will you do it?' said God. 'Easy,' said the angel. 'I'll get all the prophets to lie. That should do it,' said God. 'On your way, seduce him.' And that's what happened. God filled the mouths of your puppet prophets with seductive lies. God has pronounced your doom." Just then Zedekiah, son of Kenaanah, came up and punched Micaiah in the nose, saying, "Since when did the Spirit of God leave me and take up with you?" Micaiah said, "You'll know soon enough. You'll know it when you're frantically and futilely looking for a place to hide." The king of Israel had heard enough. "Get Micaiah out of here. Turn him over to Amon, the city magistrates, and to Joash, the king's son, with this message. King's orders. Lock him up in jail. Keep him on bread and water until I'm back in one piece." Micaiah said, "If you ever get back in one piece, I'm no prophet of God." He added, "When it happens, O people, remember where you heard it." The king of Israel and Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, attacked Ramoth Gilead. The king of Israel said to Jehoshaphat, "Wear my kingly robe. I'm going into battle disguised." So the king of Israel entered the battle in disguise. Meanwhile, the king of Aram had ordered his chariot commanders. There were 32 of them. "Don't bother with anyone, whether small or great. Go after the king of Israel and him only." When the chariot commanders saw Jehoshaphat, they said, "There he is, the king of Israel." He took after him. Jehoshaphat yelled out, and the chariot commanders realized they had the wrong man. It wasn't the king of Israel after all. They let him go. Just then, someone, without aiming, shot an arrow randomly into the crowd and hit the king of Israel in the chin of his armor. The king told his charioteer, "Turn back, get me out of here, I'm wounded." All day the fighting continued, hot and heavy. Propped up in his chariot, the king watched from the sidelines. He died that evening. Blood from his wound pooled in the chariot. As the sun went down, shouts reverberated through the ranks. "Abandon camp, head for home, the king is dead." The king was brought to Samaria, and there they buried him. They washed down the chariot at the pool of Samaria, where the town whores bathed, and the dogs lapped up the blood, just as God's word had said. The rest of Ahab's life, everything he did, the ivory palace he built, the towns he founded, and the defense system he built up, is all written in the Chronicles of the Kings of Israel. He was buried in the family cemetery, and his son Ahijah was the next king. Jehoshaphat, son of Asa, became king of Judah in the 4th year of Ahab, king of Israel. Jehoshaphat was 35 years old when he became king, and he ruled for 25 years in Jerusalem. His mother was Azubah, daughter of Shilhi. He continued the kind of life characteristic of his father Asa. No detours, no dead ends, pleasing God with his life. But he failed to get rid of the neighborhood sects and religion shrines. People continued to pray and worship at these idolatrous shrines. And he kept on good terms with the king of Israel. The rest of Jehoshaphat's life, his achievements and his battles, is all written in the Chronicles of the Kings of Judah. Also, he got rid of the sacred prostitutes left over from the days of his father Asa. Edom was kingless during his reign. A deputy was in charge. Jehoshaphat built ocean-going ships to sail the Ophir for gold, but they never made it. They shipwrecked at Ezion-Geber. During the time of Ahaziah, son of Ahab, proposed a joint shipping venture, but Jehoshaphat wouldn't go in with him. Then Jehoshaphat died and was buried in the family cemetery in the city of David, his ancestor. Jehoram, his son, was next king. Ahijah, son of Ahab, became the king of Israel in Samaria in the 17th year of Jehoshaphat, king of Judah. He ruled Israel for 2 years. As far as God was concerned, he lived an evil life, reproducing the bad life of his father and mother, repeating the pattern set down by Jeroboam, son of Nebat. He led Israel into a life of sin, worshipping at the Baal shrines. He made God, the God of Israel, angry. Oh, so angry. If anything, he was worse than his father.